Howdy. The forest nearby, took a walk there around, checked it out. What's there? And this is one of many pictures I took. It doesn't seem like too much anything, but I have noticed like there's different kinds of mooses, mosses, maybe also moose. So I think there is at least some difference in the amount of water which the ground can hold, or it even pushes up through the ground. That's why we have different colors here. And there has been many of these places. It is really hard to take a picture because it's not really visible with a camera or in the picture. And I don't know where you live, you can do the same thing. Check out if there's any spots nearby where you could probably get some water by digging a hole there. If there's no water supply. But anyway, it's up to each of us. It seems that I got involved in some mountain biking stuff. And I got to go to a place, and it was really amazing that because there it's between the trees. If there would be no trees, you could see really far. Many places, it's really hard to take pictures. And that's a cliff. And also here you can see really far. Some of the background already is behind some rain which is falling there in the background. And the same thing is also here, basically. It's not probably too well visible here, but with these different kinds of mosses, if you know somehow a little bit about what kind of soil certain trees like, then you can just, by watching at the trees, you already know, at least to some degree, on what kind of soil they're standing on, which is very interesting. And here there's just a rock which is going down very steep. They have been climbing there. And it's very interesting and very unsharp, my picture. And that's at the same place, a little bit more down from the peak, which has been a rock, a solid rock, like it's a rock wall. And there's many of those little lakes. And it's a rather hilly environment, just this little area. There's like mountain biking stuff going on, and hiking and skiing and all sorts of things, because it is a rather special place. And here I try to somehow take a picture that you can see how steep. There are much steeper places there as well. And there's just sand and gravel. There are many hills here, like in this. Now it's basically between me and the plasma rocks, because I used to live in a city, and now I don't live anymore in a city. And those hills are between this place and the plasma rocks, which is very interesting. And also in between we have this one oligotroph lake, which is a speciality in itself. And I think there might be a few of those little lakes here, which also are oligotroph, just no one knows yet, because no one checked them out. Yeah, that's just funny. Boys playing. Here we have the Thunderbolts Project Sun, in a way. It is obviously the logo of this whatever firm those children clothes are made by. And a dinosaur! I thought that's funny. Then you go to the shop and you have the Finnish lion, which still no one knows what it is about. They don't talk to me anymore. And then there's another firm, and I think these are filamentary structures and like plasma filaments stylized and used by a logo. So we have a dragon and plasma filaments. They are just in front of your eyes when you go to the shop. But since no one knows about them, no one cares about them. Except me. Like, you should have seen people watching me as I take a picture of a thing like this. Or of a bag of potatoes. There's again a dragon. And also, somehow, the logo on the left could be this kind of anciently inspired logo, because there are like spheres within spheres, which is also very interesting. But this might be just a total coincidence. Checking out the flea shop, like I have been riding bikes for all my life, now I don't because my body won't allow me. Someone created this rather sketchy. That's very long. Self-made. Got welded here, and then after 2 meters or something, that thing got welded here in order to get this very tiny speedometer, and then it got welded again here. So I don't know. This doesn't last at all. But the most funniest thing you would have never expected, but we have a dragon also here. Dragons are literally everywhere. Yeah, but that's quite a setup. Check this out. Yeah, that's very sketchy. The clouds now. There's something going on at the background. Higher clouds, jet stream clouds probably. And they're also very neat. They are somehow equally spaced. And here was something going on. There's a different charge potential because it has this kind of, how to put it, edge to it. And also these one here, they are very interesting. Perpendicular features. Also these ones, these are to the right. The same picture enhanced. Actually, I was about to show you something really completely different than clouds because I found something interesting. There's also stuff going on here, filamentary structures all over the place. Energy is moving. A little bit later, it took on this form, a 90-degree angle here. And this seems to be like a double layer. That's a rather edgy cloud. And somehow I was thinking about this double layer. There are many people thinking about this double layer, how it works, what it is, and why it's so important. And I was thinking somehow in how to put it, or how to explain in a way. Like if you imagine your foot or feet and you put socks on and then a shoe. The sock is basically the double layer, which keeps your foot away from the shoe. And it's a rather important thing because if you ever went to hike or something and then the sock broke, you get this rash or however it's called on your feet on the place basically where the double layer is broken. And even though the double layer, the sock, really it doesn't do anything, it's just there. But it is very important, as you will immediately notice when it gets broken. And you have a similar kind of this double layer thing, which is between different kinds of energy circuits or polarities, or let's call them energy bubbles. And since every energy bubble has its own, how to put it, what's the word? Properties. It won't mix because they somehow try to maintain themselves. This is where the double layer comes in. Still one cloud picture here, obviously above the house. And the same thing a little bit enhanced. It's very interesting today to watch the sky. I haven't checked out windy yet, but there is some, it seems to be, there is some color, which is very interesting. That's not a halo or anything, it's just light refraction in different cloud layers or something. But now, let's go to something else. Earthquake. There has been an earthquake in Liechtenstein, 2 kilometers in depth. Do you hear the sound in the background? Canada goose. Winter is coming. Yeah, but anyway, back to the quake. We are here in Liechtenstein, Vaduz. And I have been checking out a little bit the surroundings there. Jesa plana. Yeah, I still want to say, like, that's a region where we had many quakes recent. Let's make him work in the meanwhile. It takes a while until it's loaded. In the meanwhile, we check something else out. Jesa plana, which is very close. Jesa plana. That's from Google. The Jesa is the highest mountain in the Rattikön mountain range at the border between Vorarlberg, Austria and Graubünden, Switzerland. It has an elevation of 2,964.3 meters. On the north side of the Jesa is a glacier called the Brandner Gletscher. To the east is the Lünersee. It is possible to reach the summit on various routes during a hike, making it useful for a multi-day trek between the mountain huts in the area. A more horizontal track is found at the whole Rattikön chain along its southern face, called the Prattigauer Höhenweg. And clouds are plasma. Charge accumulates on peaks. And there's a glacier and a lake. Paleontology. Paleontology. Between 1976 and 1990, a team of scientists mapping the Cousin Formation of Canton Grisons excavated a series of fossil remains on the Chesaplana's southern slope. In April 2022, researchers announced that the fragments represented three Ichthyosaurus. That's an Ichthyosaurus, a fish. The discovery has also included the largest Ichtyosaur tooth ever found. The new scientists. Ichtyosaur tooth from the Swiss Alps is largest ever discovered. An Ichtyosaur tooth fossil with a root 6 centimeters wide is so large that it may mean that the marine reptiles were even larger than we previously thought. Yeah, now we go back to those timelines. I don't think it needs 200 million years because that's the old paradigm. Around 200 million years ago, dinosaurs roamed the land. Pterosaurus took the sky and Ichthyosaurus dominated the sea. The marine reptiles. The marine reptiles were fearsome predators, with individuals ranging from the size of a small porpoise to a massive sperm whale. Now, paleontologists have discovered the largest ichthyosaur tooth to date, suggesting these creatures were even bigger than previously thought. You can read the rest. Obviously, I'm not in reading condition today. The shift transported the remains of the marine reptiles to an altitude of 2,800 meters above the sea level. Yeah, that's very interesting. This might be the tooth. The root of the tooth. Yeah, that's quite big. So, back to the quake maps. Yeah, obviously, the quakes I have been talking about, they're older than 7 days because they're not here anymore. But there is a hotspot. There is like many quakes in recent times been going on. And there is many other things probably still undiscovered. 3 days ago, the River Rhine, which is white, and if we zoom out, still a little bit, change to terrain, or however you spell that word, River Rhine is straightly connected to Kaiserstuhl Vulcano. This doesn't mean that there wouldn't be any other volcanoes amongst the way. There are many, I think. But let's just have a look at the quake situation from 7 days. Yeah, check it out. There's very much going on. Unconfirmed, yes, we remember that. There has been another one. I don't know, was this yesterday? 20th. 2 days ago, obviously. It was here. But it disappeared in the, 2 seconds what it takes to make a screenshot. So I cannot show it to you. But there it was. It would have gone straight to my collections of those unconfirmed quakes which were happening. Now they are somehow stopped. I haven't seen too many anymore. But I don't know. Very interesting, nonetheless. Fossils in the Alps in 2,800 meters elevations. We have glaciers. Actually, we have to go still. That's cool Earth. This is a planet. Yeah, there were pictures, I have been watching them. There's also something going on, energy exchange in the background there. Check out the geology. It is layering. And also here you can see how it goes like that. So this is different kind of material. Harder and softer ones. Fused together. That's a crumbling mountain. Many places. It's rather loosely stick together. Here's the lake, and here's another lake. Razorbacks. They are like rock formations which somehow stick out of the ground, but that's very interesting. This has a caldera-like shape. Here we have some brownish material which might contain iron. Also here we have very beautiful layerings. Tetrahedrons. They are almost vertical, so there must have been very strong winds. Check it out. That's beautiful. This got piled up from the left to the right. This might be the thing we just saw before in the pictures. There are several, probably, possibly, several aquifers here. Yeah, groundwater rising up. Geothermal activity. And I think we have to see also cold springs as geothermal activity, because they have a temperature too. Tetrahedrons. Wherever you look. Triangle-shaped buttresses. Yeah, there's higher up still one. But I think I leave it here. This could be continued forever. So many interesting things. But what do we do with this picture? This doesn't really represent, I think, reality. And here's the lake. which is in a way the deepest, and there are some special features about this too. That's not just some average lake. There's a dam and all these kind of things, and there are like these kind of records and that it's the deepest lake or whatsoever. We have gypsum colored water again. Huh. Yeah, I think I leave it here. I don't remember what I was talking about in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. Maybe clouds and then dinosaurs and dragons and stuff. Basic things. They're all related. They're all part of our electric environment. Thanks. Bye.